Hey everyone, Genome here, coming to you with my next Hearthstone video. Today in Wild, I'm going to be running a deck that I've been playing a lot lately, and that is Big Mana Druid. I actually came up with this deck before some of the other big streamers were doing it, but you know, the whole thing centers around Guff and the really inventive and cool mechanic of his, which lets you have up to 20 mana. So really, the whole core of the deck is Guff, and I tell you, if you don't draw him, it makes for some rough games sometimes, but sometimes you can still cheat out some wins. Let's see, where am I at normally with this deck? I've been making some changes, but right now I'm around 51% rate with the deck, but I have made a few more changes. Let's just go over the deck real fast and how I have it built. I have it built a lot different than I think other people do. I'm still trying to make control work. I know it's not normal practice nowadays, but it is what it is. That's why I like to play, is control. And so let's just go right into it. Okay, so first and foremost, Guff is needed for this kind of build, period. You got to have the extra mana to work with. This deck is way too greedy not to be running him, at least in today's faster meta. In the old days, you can get away with it, but Guff. If there's only a card that drew these hero cards, boy, it'd be perfect, right? Because you need him. He is so vital. Now, you can get away with it in the later turns getting him, but the sooner you get him, the better. But yeah, he is the central piece of this. So the first couple things are just spells, kind of filler for early turns. So you have something to do, usually looking for some sort of removal at this point, because you're not going to be doing a whole lot for your first 4 or 5 turns, typically speaking, in this deck. And I've taken out some of the more basic removal, like I just removed... why can't I think of the name of it now? Hold on. 6 mana... Spring Plague. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. I just removed that because I found myself not using it very much. By the time you get there, you usually have other options that possibly are better. But yeah, so that one just got removed. So yeah, these early spells are mostly just filler to look for either more removal or anything else. There's another tie-in later on. Jade Idol is your fatigue protection in this deck, because a lot of times you're going to draw a lot of cards. And I used to run Aliciano in this deck, but I just find myself not using her, and a lot of times she could screw up pulls, or she'd sit in my hand dead waiting for me to fatigue. So you know what, it's just easier to run one Jade Idol to protect you against that, and there is a tie-in with another card I'm running right now. Breath of Dreams, of course, just more ramp really, and a little more card draw with what you want. Zephyrus, I'm running a Reno deck. I also took Reno out of this deck because I just wasn't using him. One of the cards that I did remove in a typical Reno deck you might see for Druid is Elise. This deck, its hand is usually so clogged, even when you get lots of mana, that I just couldn't play her effectively. It was just, I had too many cards. If only I had that, was it Felgor, or whatever his name is, from a Warlock, where you can carry 4 more cards, then this card would be better. But I just find myself never using her because I never had the hand space, right? And maybe that's just too much greed, but whatever the case may be, but Zephyrus, I do have the small Reno package in Zephyrus and Dragon Queen Alexstrasza, not Alexandra. I don't know why I keep calling her that. Yeah, so I don't know. It's mostly there for Zephyrus. Alexstrasza is just a nicety, another Dragon Bomb later on, which there is just a little bit of Dragon synergy with this Breath of Dreams card, which is sick when you have a Dragon in hand. But Zephyrus has won me so many games. It's just too good a card not to run, but I just found myself not needing Reno, really. And so yeah, I just left Alexstrasza in there a little bit. Bran works very well with a lot of cards in this deck. Most of the lower ones, it's no big deal. But, you know, things like Twilight Drake, which get huge buffs. I mean, everything here is pretty self-explanatory as far as what battle cries do. I also have the more offensive-minded Alexstrasza version, and this is a lot of burst, 16 right out of hand once you get the extra mana. Big time. I'm now running Cthulhu. More on that here in a bit. So, double battle cries there. It's just... Bran has, once again, and also double in Zeph a lot of times. He's just got a lot of applications here. It's one of the reasons I cannot run any of the recruit cards, because I don't trust it. I can't. You have to be very, what's the word I'm looking for? Specific with your play and how you play minions in this deck. Pathmaker is just mostly a filler, but there's a lot of choose one in this deck, so and she's been good. ish, not bad, but mostly just something to do in the earlier turns or even maybe a little bit later turns, but not a bad card, but it's definitely a swing card. Vargoth, there's a lot going on in Druid, and Vargoth capitalizes pretty well on a lot of it, so it's a pretty easy pick there. Branching Paths, of course. Floop. Floop is another swing card, and I find him either absolutely great or useless. It's so tough, man, because once again, there are so many great minions in this deck that sometimes you want two of those, and getting a cheap one of those for the effect that it does is not bad. I like the card a lot in this kind of deck, so I'm running it, but you could definitely cut it and not worry about it too much. Korak is a relatively recent, and it's mostly for combating a bit of aggro earlier on. A lot of people like overreact to this card, I think, and so you might pull some good removal out of them or get some favorable trades just so they can get rid of this thing. But has been totally awful, but he's once again more of a filler, but still good. You know, it goes without saying you want a lot of ramp in this deck, so let's just get past this. I know you want to get to gameplay. I do run the standard one copy of Poison Seeds and Starfall, just for when you get so behind, because you can get pretty behind in this deck until you get ramped up going, so it's just there as a safety precaution. It's also good for diluting the res pool in things like Big Priest, which is kind of nice. Twilight Drake, same thing with Mountain Giant. Your hand size is typically so big that it just made sense to run these cards. But they're not the strongest inclusions, really, honestly. Actually, I found Twilight Drake to be better in my experience now than Mountain Giant. But, you know, your mileage may vary, but it's pretty decent filler cards. I just now, for this video, have stuck Barnes in here, because there's quite a few of cards I would like to get a 1/1 of. Bran would be a great example of that. Wing Guardian, Abominable Lieutenant, Rag is good. Scrapyard Colossus would be good in there to have, you know, because of the death rattles. Ixlid, so there's a lot of interesting things in here. It's more of a higher rolled fun card, but this is how I think Barnes should be used and not as it is in Big Priest. But whatever, there's Barnes. Pace Manipulator, once again, a lot of good effects that I want to copy. Things like Ragnaros, Abominable Lieutenant, Wing Guardian, that sort of thing. That's what it's for. Once again, another swing card, an agreed card, but a fun one. Ixlid, same exact thing. Wouldn't you like to double up Rag on his turn, or Wing Guardian, things like that? Scrapyard Colossus. This has a little less use than some of the other ones, but I had the card sitting around, wanted to use it. Fun card. Let's see, we already talked about Wild Hearts, of course. Nourish. Typically works better post-Guff, but you can use them. Same with Overgrowth in the earlier game. I don't run any of the low-cost mana ones because that's just too much ramp. For those times you get stuck without Guff, you don't want those clogging your hand, but whatever. Wing Guardian's just pretty insane card in this deck and really good in the meta right now, I'd say, because of all the hunters that are out there. So if you can get this out with mana cheat early, this would definitely help. Abominable Lieutenant, I absolutely love this card. It's probably my favorite card of the expansion. Don't need to run it, but it does have a good effect, and if you get this thing copied, you can really just start decimating the other board. I find it a very good card. Ragnos' Rag. Once again, both Alexstrasza's. I thought about putting the third one in here for funs, but let's not get stupid. Newest edition. I actually crafted this today because I didn't actually have it. Cthulhu, I'm going to try running it in this deck, but it just makes total sense. It's a long game kind of deck, and this is a super long game kind of card. And if you get a brand down ahead of this thing, well, you're doing 60 damage to the board and the other character, or basically the entire other side. So yeah, it can be pretty devastating. Scrapyard Colossus just needs something strong to help, you know. It's best if you can cheat these things out, but I don't know, it's just a strong taunt, and that's basically it. So let's go ahead and see how it performs in the Wild Ladder right now. We just, I'm pretty low down there because we just got reset, but here we go. Alright, Mage. I haven't seen any secret mages in a while, but I still would like Zephrys, I guess, but really Guff is what I want. Guff, Guff, Guff in the intro. This is pretty good, though. At least I had a couple things to do with the first turn or two. Oh, wow. Double Cthulhu game, possibly a good one. Is he a control mage of sorts? Yeah, that gives me something to do. Just keep taking them spells. I like guidance, and we can go ahead and do this now. I don't draw it later on. It's the only piece I have, so you might as well use it now. There's a tutor. Okay, so the secrets are coming out to play. Probably it's not counterspell, because he knows I have the coin. I'm just going to hold tight. Oh, you know what, though? No, because I'm just going to hold tight. Oh, okay. That's good news. So I can throw down a giant next turn. Well, maybe he doesn't play another secret. I always get worried about mirror entity. You know, I know it's not a common one that gets ran, but... Could have also possibly guidance for 2 cards, but then you start running into... This deck has enough trouble with hand space, so... Hero power, just hero power. Unfortunately, I don't have any ramp. And, does he run double Cthulhu? Oh boy, this could be interesting. I thought about doing that myself. I wouldn't mind doing a big mana double Cthulhu deck. Just for fun, you know. Okay, I need Guff. Where is Guff? I may have to start drawing for him. The bottom missile actually isn't too bad into that. Let's see. Alright, I did pretty well. Okay, I'll probably just wrath that. Double devolving. Wow, okay, I could get screwed here. I did pretty well. I kind of want both. Yeah, because I can coin out next turn, and I'm not going to overdraw, so sure. All right. Double devolving missiles was a little bit scary, but luckily I had a 10 drop up there on the board, so right. Or is it 12 drop? I can't even remember. What's... Yeah, 12 drop. Okay, that's alright. I do need to start getting my pieces soon. Probably just coin Wing Guardian, or do I just play Korak here? And I could coin out Abomination next turn if you play something wacky. Well, let's do that. Let's see if he overreacts to this. Or maybe he'll throw a Polymorph into it that'd be better served for later. Man, did I call that one or what? Whoa. Okay, so I could rag here. And he may be... I mean, he may have a hard time dealing with it. I've already seen Devolving Missile. I don't know if he's Reno or not. I haven't seen Duplicate. One of them was created. He's already used the Destroy minion. My hand is getting pretty bloated. Let's do Rag. Start chipping the armor. Maybe he'll, once again, have to spend a lot of this turn dealing with this guy. I kind of want to save the coin for survival of the fittest, but whatever. My luck, he'd be running Cold Light, and I'd burn another piece of Cthulhu. How much mana does he have left? Let's see how much. Might be able to fireball ping? No, you can't. I couldn't see. I'm not sure. Oh, okay, he traded it. I'm like, I could just eat that. Get more faith. Okay, so I think he's got a fireball in hand, it looks like. But he's got two things to worry about now. Unfortunately, Rag's going to go first, so hopefully he hits face. Thank you, Rag. I'm going to use Branching Paths almost certainly for drawing cards. Because I've got to have Guff soon. Okay. The hand is getting a little bit low. I could just play that now. He's got to be getting low in resources. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I could play everything here. Or I could start drawing. You know what? Let's do this. Because I want to try to get brand value. Do I draw a card here? I'm going to hold tight. He still has to answer this board, so. Because I do have Zephyrus kills lined up here. If he just freezes the board, I'll probably survival of the fittest. Okay, so secrets, that's fine. Because he may feel like he's safe. So we got 13, 14 damage. So I don't have enough. So I would... only problem is that could be counterspell. That would be a bad survival of the fittest there. Let's see. Those were created, so one of those could very likely be vaporized too. This is kind of bad. I think I need to burn Zephyrus now. And let's just do that with Bran first, just in case it's a... Yeah, explosive. Or propulsion. That's right. Where is my... Why didn't it give me... Sometimes, Bran, sometimes. What else do we got to do? Might as well take Windspeaker, I guess. Okay, we're going to go here. Because I don't want that one destroyed over here. Can't believe it didn't give me the way to get rid of the secret there, but whatever. I still have a commanding board lead, but that can change in a hurry. I do have some Alexstrasza burst. He can't really afford to play minions right now. Unfortunately, he's got the ice block down, and Zephyrus punted big time. I even, like, knocked down some mana to make sure of it, and then I guess it wasn't knocked down enough. Alright. Okay, so... Oh, now I get Overgrowth. That's a little late now. Could test for... Okay, good. Okay, there's one ice block. I said I was going to test for counterspell there, but I've probably played one before. Alright. If he just freezes my board, well, if he freezes me and freezes my board, I still have Alexstrasza. Okay. That entire game without drawing a Cthulhu piece. I just want to play Cthulhu. Another mage. Somehow I don't think this is going to be a Cthulhu mage again. Unless it's the same guy. I don't think it's going to be. So we'll go ahead and keep Twilight Drake here, as much as I want Guff. This deck's kind of weird because you want card draw for those times you don't draw Guff, but your hand is so bloated that like most of the early game card draw is just detrimental to you. Actually, could consider saving that for I don't want so many minions. Saving that for counterspell, but or counterspell checks, should I say? I forgot that was in there. Is that deck or hand? I can't remember. Well, at least you couldn't draw a Cthulhu. That's going to stay up for a couple turns too, because there's nothing I can do about it unless I want to kill it. We'll start working on it. I'm not going to waste a naturalize on it. If he got Guff too, man, I'll be awful ticked. Especially because he'll have it on 5. Okay, there's one. Okay. Sometimes it works for you, sometimes it doesn't. So I'm going to be drawing cards here for both Twilight Drake and for Guff. Oh, we do have Barnes, I just noticed. That's good. So we got a 4 and 5 play. Come on, give me that sweet, sweet Guff. No. That could be good in turn 9, though. Oh, surprise burst right there. Do another Drain Soul. Yep. I shouldn't have done anything. Guff. My old buddy. Alright. So I'd say my chances have improved somewhat. I love that card, though. I like cards like that. Okay. I'm losing the board, but as you can see, it's probably 50-50. That's something good. Okay, there's a rogue secret. If you have enough mana, what was that one? To play it, trigger. Ah, didn't have enough mana to play it, so we're gonna go Guff here for sure. Next turn's probably gonna be Giant. Oh, no, I could actually Barnes here. While I have time, there's pretty good ones with us, but I didn't really have anything else to do with my time. Let's see, what do you get? 7 armor. Oh, so was that Flame Strike? Gonna gain mana. Maybe those totems will work against him. Maybe not, but either way, I should be able to remove them with Vargoth. Eye of Cthulhu next turn, assuming it's not a counterspell coming down or anything. This could be getting a lot of mage secrets too. That is a bit worrisome. Could also Lieutenant.
No waves can sink this ship.
It's looking less good now. I used to run Twig of the World Tree in this deck, but I just found it to be kind of overkill. It really wasn't needed. Thank you. He's had pretty bad luck with those. Let's get that off the board. So you get more of that face. Let's get some of that armor down. And now it's another minion he's got to answer. He's got two minions he's really got to answer here. Flame Strike only takes care of the giant. Now he doesn't know that. I don't have too much else to do with it, but could play Scrapyard next. I kind of want to save Rag for when I have Ixlid. What else do I have that's good to draw off Barnes? Winged Guardian's alright. Ixlid's okay. Nothing else. I may have to, and maybe Korak. No, not Korak, because I don't have a whole lot of good choices here. Ooh! You get that? Was that created? Huh. I guess... Let's see what I got for spells. Okay, I'll take that now. And I think I will also Barnes. Whilst I can.
Tonight, a tale of wonder and magic. Who knows what secrets will uncover? Scry more.
And I've gotten pretty good use out of Mr. Vargoth this game, so. It's that Shadow Clone spell again. Okay, so I'm going to start having pretty good turns here. Good time to draw Ixlid, because I can start dropping doubles now. Okay, I'm pretty happy so far with that. Bran would be good to draw as well with Dragon Queen. Ooh, that's a little ugly, but 3 damage to everything doesn't really accomplish much. 2 and 3, 5, that still doesn't kill everything. How many cards do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know if that's worth, like, naturalizing. But it could be. Let's just naturalize one of these. We'll, Meteor. Rather have it over here. And then, let's draw a card at this point. Probably should have done that first. Okay, so I have double pieces here. Once again, got a minion he has to deal with. Freaking love this card. It seemed like such a fair card, you know. It comes down at 8. Okay, well, this could be good. I do have a Faceless Manipulator in there, which I could double eat. Those have charge if only what? Oh, they should have had charge. Oh, only as a battle cry, right? Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's destroy one. Let's draw another card before I go playing anything else. I haven't played to choose one card in a while. Let's play that just to get it done, just in case there's counter spells. I do have Starfall to test for counterspell before I can get this last one off. Nog is a pretty good card for him, usually. Wow, it's been really good so far. First two have been awesome. Okay. Now it's been bad for him. That's been really bad for him. I just want to play through once. I'm not sure what that's all about. Good times. Thanks again, Rag.